Hi friends, good evening. This is Dr. Harinath Reddy, Director, Shankaran AI Study Circle. So in this particular video, we will discuss about renewable energy in India. So this video will be useful for APPSC Group 1 exam, both for Science and Technology paper, Energy chapter, and also for Indian economy. And as many of you are aware, because of growing concerns due to climate change and global warming, increasingly countries across the globe, both developed countries as well as developing countries, they are trying to increase the production of renewable energy in the total energy mix. And India has become a global leader in promoting the renewable energy in India in particular and across the globe in specific. For example, India took the leadership for establishment of International Solar Alliance, encouraging the countries to generate solar power, thereby reducing the intensity of consumption of fossil fuels for the economic development across the globe. Across the countries, many of the developed and developing countries have started giving primacy to rapidly increasing the percentage of renewable energy in the overall energy mix of their economies. So, to deal with climate change and global warming and to fulfill the commitments under the climate change agreements, many countries across the globe, they started increasing the focus and importance to the renewable energy in the total energy mix. And the renewable energy has become one of the most important factors and hope for the world to preserve the pristine environment and the planet's resources for future generations. So switching over to the generation and the production of renewable energy will also make the development sustainable in the long run, and there will be reduced impact on the environment, and this will help to achieve the sustainable development. And India has been the leading world on this front, showing the developing nations of the world a way forward for socio-economic growth without degradation of the environment. So India, by increasingly focusing on generation of wind power, solar power, bioenergy, it is leading by an example for all the developing countries across the globe to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. And India has put a target of generating 175 gigawatt, in other words 1,75,000 megawatts. So by the year 2022, India has put a target of generating 175 gigawatts or 1,75,000 megawatts of renewable energy. By doing so, India has also put a target of increasing the share of renewable energy in the total installed electric capacity to 40%. In addition to this, the intended nationally determined contributions also commit India to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 33 to 35% by 2030 compared to 2005 levels. So India has made a commitment to the international agreements on climate change and to the international community that by 2030, the greenhouse gas emission intensity of GDP will be reduced by 33 to 35% compared to the 2005 levels. In addition to this, India also made a commitment to increase the additional carbon sink, that is increasing the forest cover to absorb 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide. So India also has made a commitment to create an additional carbon sink of 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide through additional tree cover. In that direction, As part of National Action Plan on Climate Change, in 2010, Government of India came up with something called National Solar Mission. National Solar Mission. And the objective of this National Solar Mission is to establish India as a global leader in solar energy. So the initial target under the National Solar Mission is to generate 20 gigawatt grid connected solar power by the year 2022. So by the year 2022, initially it was decided to generate 20,000 megawatt or 20 gigawatt grid connected solar power. But after the NDA government came to power in 2014, the target was raised to 100 gigawatt. That is 1 lakh megawatt or 100 gigawatt is the target for generating solar power by the same year 2022 under solar mission. And in 2015, as the government has made a commitment to generate 175 gigawatt of renewable power by the year 2022, already out of this 175 gigawatt, which is the target for the year 2022 with respect to renewable energy, by December 2019, we have already achieved a capacity addition of 85.9 gigawatt. 85.9 gigawatt means 85,900 megawatt of renewable energy is being produced by the December 2019. The target is 175 gigawatt by 2022, out of which almost nearly half of the target is already met, 85.9 gigawatt. So this amounts to 23% of the total installed capacity. So what is the target? By 2030, we have to increase the share of renewable energy in the total installed energy capacity to 40%. So we have already achieved 23%. In addition, if you see the wind power capacity and solar power capacity, India ranks number 4 with respect to generation of wind power, and India ranks 5 with respect to generation of solar power. And if you see especially the solar power capacity has increased by more than 14 times. So this was very huge in the last 5 years. So solar power capacity has increased by more than 14 times in the last 5 years, from 2,630 megawatt to 37,505 megawatt in December 2019. So by December 2019, the total installed solar power capacity in the country is 37,505 megawatt. And then similarly, if you take wind energy sector, the country currently has the 4th highest wind installed capacity in the world. So as on 31st December 2019, the installed wind capacity in India is 37.5 gigawatt. In other words, it is 37,500 megawatt. 37,500 megawatt. To remember simply, roughly we can say that the total wind power capacity till now and also the solar power capacity till now is roughly 37,500 megawatt each of wind and solar power. And similarly, in the total renewable energy mix of 84.39 gigawatt, wind energy 37.28 gigawatt, solar 32.52 gigawatt, biopower 9.94 gigawatt, small hydro 4.65 gigawatt. So that's it about the renewable energy in India, renewable energy sector in India. Thank you.